am the Witch of Jasmine and welcome back to my channel. That light's a little low, but I think we should be good for today. But hi, hello. Today I have a reading for Aries moons. How are you doing, Aries moons? It's so nice to see you. Thanks for coming by. And happy February. So, as I'm shuffling out your cards, I invite you to take some deep breaths, to calm yourself, ground yourself, center yourself, get relaxed, get comfy. If you hear a little movement in the background, that is my cat, Andy. It's usually nap time at this time, but she's got some energy today. There we go. That's her scratching. There we go. Okay, Aries moons, let's take a look at your cards. So for the Oracle card, we have gratitude with Gemini and the air element. Oh my gosh, this card is so pretty. All right, and for your tarot cards, we have Ace of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, Four of Cups, Seven of Chalices reversed, aka Seven of Cups reversed, Knight of Wands reversed, and lastly, the Battle Wagon reversed, aka the Chariot reversed. So the first thing that really jumped out at me when I saw these cards, or when I was looking at them, was this Ace of Pentacles with this Seven of Cups reversed. Ace of Pentacles is usually associated with a new opportunity, right? With the Ace cards, they're about starting something new or hitting some sort of milestone, kind of like a big breath of fresh air. And with Pentacles, this is likely something maybe related to like money, finances, resources, but it could also be more like health based, like with the body, you know? So I think there is some sort of new thing, new opportunity, new energy coming in with something associated with the earth element, like I'm saying. However, I think it's something that will not be very obvious. I don't think this is something that's just going to like show up on your doorstep one day, right? Because with Seven of Cups, that's about, oh, that's Andy. Sorry. I didn't expect her to jump up. She's just crawling around. Anyway, Seven of Cups, usually associated with choices, making some sort of decision, but when it's reversed, it's like kind of a things are not what they seem, kind of energy, sort of like an illusion, things maybe seeming, well, a lot of times it's with things that seem too good to be true, but I kind of feel like, especially given the other cards that we have here, which I'll talk about in a second, I feel like it's more so something that's being clouded by apathy, clouded by, like, this seems too good to be true in the sense that this is too much. There's no way this is actually, what I think it is. But whatever the case, it's definitely something that's just that you're not seeing clearly. And even though this thing is coming in, I don't think you're going to see it, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the kind of thing that you don't realize it's here, or that you're working with this energy, or these things are working out for you, or that this is starting for a little while. And that's okay. I don't think you need to acknowledge it. I think it's fine. So a Wheel of Fortune, I think part of why, and again, I'll get more specific in a second, but I think part of why it's going to be hard for you to see this thing, or it's possibly already here, who knows. I think part of why it's difficult for you to see this right now is because you've been, sorry, Andy just almost got hit by a box that fell over. She's good. She's fine. Anyway, an empty box. Anyway, I think you've been in kind of a downswing, right? I think you've been in kind of a low lately. So the wheel, for those of you who don't know, it is an ancient pagan symbol for life, right? Where we have the highs in life, the good times, as well as the lows, or the more difficult times. And what we have to keep in mind is that the wheel is always turning, right? You're always going to have highs, and then you're always going to have lows, right? It's the only constant in life, is that this wheel is always turning, always turning, always turning. So what's important to remember is that everything is temporary, right? Just like the difficult times are temporary, the really great times are temporary, So you can't let yourself get stuck in any one mindset, right? It's just natural. It's how it is for every single person and living thing on this planet. It just is, So when we have it upright, that makes me feel like you are in an upswing, right? Things are looking up. Things are getting better. But given that we have all of these more like mentally challenging cards, emotionally challenging cards, that's why I'm saying, I think even though things are turning a corner in whatever way, I think it's just hard for you to see that because you've been having such a low, which I totally understand. I think a big part of that low has been this Knight of Wands reversed, which all I see when I see Knight of Wands reversed is burnout. You are burned out for sure. Granted, I don't know how you could not be burned out in the world we live in, but that's definitely what you've been experiencing. And especially with wands, that's about creativity and passion and building something and having that like spark, And I think that that flame has gone out for you, At least temporarily, right? And I think that's led to this, kind of like what I was alluding to. This Four of Cups here is like about apathy and boredom and just being very unhappy with the cups, the metaphorical cups you have in front of you, right? The circumstances you're in. And I'm thinking too, because of this Chariot reversed, I'm wondering if it's just been that way for such a long time that it's kind of that apathy has expanded to like, I just don't see things getting better. I have no idea how they could get better. It's been garbage for so long, and I don't see it really changing, you know? But the thing is that we have to remember with the Chariot, when we have the Chariot, especially reversed, come up, there's either two things happening. Number one is that you're not taking control of your life enough. You're not stepping into your power. Or it's the opposite. You are trying to control things that you can't control. And I'm wondering too, I don't know if any of the cards are specifically telling me this. I think this is just more of an intuitive thing. So take it as you will. I think you're taking responsibility for things that aren't your responsibility. I think you're holding on to things that you quite literally just have no control over. Maybe that's something that somebody has given to you, right? Like a problem that somebody else is having, they're blaming on you and trying to get you to fix it, right? So you're taking on that burden. Or, you know, it could just be more of like a state of the world type thing, you know, having that very heavy feeling of, why does the world have to be like this? Why do I have to live under this system? Why do I have to follow these rules? I feel like I can't do anything about it. What can one person like me do? Or no matter how much I try to change and fix and help, these are just problems that are so much bigger than me. And I don't know how to handle this, right? I feel like that is playing a really big part in this, at least maybe for some of you. But either way, whether you are taking on too much that is just not helping, right? Too much responsibility, things that aren't your responsibility, or things that you just only have so much control over, you know? Or like I said, it certainly could also be just you're not taking the control that you can take. You know, you're kind of letting yourself be swept up in the world, right? Not having the agency that you need. Whatever the case, the question I would invite you to ask yourself is, what can I really control here? Realistically speaking, objectively speaking, it's not about what I want to control. It's what is possible for me to control, right? I know, I'll throw out a couple examples. I know a lot of people, especially particularly in North America, right? There are some economic changes that are happening that a lot of people are worried about, right? Particularly when it comes to like food and groceries, which has been a problem for a long time, and a lot of people are still worried about that. We can't change the price of groceries, right? I can't. I wish I could. I can't. I'm assuming whoever's watching this is not the president or whatever, right? You probably can't change it either. But what can we control? We can control which foods we buy. We can control which brands we buy. We can control our budget, right? To an extent, right? What are the parts of this difficult and terrible and unfair situation that I can actually control? Because trying to control something or taking on the emotional burden too much in excess is only going to hurt you in the end, you know? It's important to be aware about difficult circumstances and situations and injustices or whatever it is, right? It's really important to be aware of those things. And it's important to do your part to fix them, to help them, right? But there's a line to be drawn between, you know, where is it too much? Where do I get to a point where I'm just having all of these negative and bad feelings that are not really getting put to any good use? You know, there is a line, and I don't want to go too much in the weeds, right? But just some things for you to think about. But again, I would really invite you and encourage you to think about that. Oh, and my light went out. There we go. So I'm specifically saying that these might be some things to consider, because again, I do think that there are some positive things coming into your life. I don't just think that, I know that, right? At some point, something good is going to happen to you. I promise. Even if you're not an Aries moon, at some point, something good is going to happen, right? And I don't want you to close yourself off to that. And that's how this is feeling right now. Obviously, one thing you can do, practice gratitude. That is always helpful. It certainly will not solve all your problems, but it is a good starting place. I know for me, it helps to think of all of the beautiful and wonderful things I have in my life, even despite how difficult a lot of other things are, you know? I'm looking at my cat right now. I'm looking at Andy. I love her so much, you know? She brings me so much joy. Even when I have to get up and work and do things I really don't want to do, I'm still so thankful that I have her to wake me up in the morning. You know, she loves mornings. She's always so excited when everybody starts waking up because she just wants to play and have her breakfast. So that's what I'm talking about, you know. Really basic advice, I know, but that's what the cards are inviting you to do. Also, this Knight of Wands reversed, burnout, make sure you're taking a rest, okay? I know a lot of us are conditioned to think that resting is a luxury, or that it's a privilege, or that it is something you have to earn. That is not true. Don't let them brainwash you into thinking that. Rest, even if it's, you know, watching TV or whatever rest looks like to you, it's important. Make sure you do it, okay? This is not going to go away until you rest as much as you need to. Last thing, Seven of Cups reversed. Just be aware of the fact that it's very possible that you're not seeing things clearly, and that negativity is negativity, apathy, hopelessness, those kinds of feelings. Fear probably is a big one. Those things are clouding your judgment and your perception a little bit, okay? Just keep that in the back of your mind. You're not delusional or anything. It's just something to keep in the back of your mind. And of course, none of this is permanent. None of it is, okay? Okay, I'm going to leave it there. This was kind of a lot, but also all of it is important, you know? If you have any questions about this, or if you'd like any part of this clarified, please let me know. You can leave a comment, or you can just reach out to me, whichever you prefer. On the shorts part of my channel, I have hundreds of shorts videos where I talk about each of the cards. I talk about their upright meaning, their reverse meaning, as well as any symbolism within the cards. So if you're feeling particularly drawn to any of these cards, or if you'd like a little more information about any of them, highly recommend you go check that out. But Aries moons, I am so sorry that you are feeling this way. I know it's rough. I know it's frustrating. And that helpless feeling, or that fear, that can eat away at you. It's very sinister, you know? So I'm sending you the strength to get through this, because I know you can. Of course you can. I'm sending you hope and optimism, because we all deserve that. We all need that. And I'm sending you lots of good luck. Lots of good luck, peace of mind, all of the good things. It feels like you really need all of the good things. So I'm sending you all of the good things. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!